Welcome to video 2 of the digestive system. So last time we talked about what the digestive system does. So what's its general purpose? We'll watch this video again because I love it. I think it's awesome. So what the digestive system does is it's going to start with those big molecules, which we know, because we're scientists in a biology class, we know we call these big organic molecules in our food polymers. So your food is made up of polymers. Your digestive system is going to take these big molecules that are far too large to go inside of our cells and be used as raw ingredients to make new things in our cells and also to make energy in our cells. And it's going to take those big polymers and break them down into monomers. Now, this is going to happen in two separate parts that at times will occur in the same part of our digestive system, and it will occur also in separate parts of our digestive system. So the two general parts of digestion is there is chemical digestion and there's mechanical digestion. Now, chemical digestion refers to parts of the digestive process where chemicals are going to be used. And these chemicals, a lot of them, but not all, will be enzymes. And they will actually physically break down and change the chemistry of the food. That's what chemical digestion involves. Mechanical digestion, we're not changing the chemistry of the food, we're changing its structure or its shape. So an example of where both chemical digestion and mechanical digestion occurs in your mouth. So your mouth right now has what we call spit in it, but in class, in biology class, we'll refer to it as saliva. So saliva contains what's known as salivary amylase. Salivary amylase, we hear the ASE ending, which we know it is an enzyme because we hear that. And what it's an enzyme that does is it breaks down amylose, which is a polysaccharide or a big carbohydrate molecule. The breaking down of those big carbohydrate molecules into smaller ones by salivary amylase is chemical digestion. But in addition to you mixing spit into your food or saliva into your food, you're also chewing it. Now, when you chew your food, you're not actually changing the chemistry at all. You're just changing the mechanics of it. You're just making it smaller and giving it more surface area, so more places for that amylase, salivary amylase, to actually act on your food. So mechanical means just changing the shape of it. Chemical means changing the actual chemistry. And your mouth does both. Certain parts of your digestive system will only do one. So if we take a look at the digestive system can also be referred to as the gastrointestinal tract or the GI tract. Now the GI tract, if you look at it, and this is really cool, is actually a completely separate compartment within your body. So when an embryo, which is what we all start out as, is developing, one of the first things that forms is the GI tract. And if you look at your digestive system, so look at our diagram over here, you'll notice it is a straight tube that starts in our mouth and then exits at the anus, so the end part of our digestive system process. This tube is completely separate from the rest of our body. This is very, very good because if you are going to eat something and it makes you feel bad, you can actually just pass it right through your digestive system. It doesn't infect or affect, rather, any other parts of your body. So that's a neat sort of fun fact about our gastrointestinal development. Now, as far as major organs and structures that are involved in your GI tract, those are the mouth, the pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestines, and large intestines. Now, the pharynx is not a term you may be familiar with, but it's something you're very familiar with. It is your throat. So in science class and in anatomy, we don't refer to it as the throat, we refer to it as the pharynx. So food enters your mouth. It's going to move from your throat down your esophagus, which is a long, squishy tube that leads to your stomach. Small intestines, large intestines. From your large intestines, it will move into your rectum, and then it will exit your body through your anus. Now, in addition to major organs that actually are going to digest the food, so they'll actually handle the food that's going through the digestive system process itself, we also have what are known as accessory organs. Accessory organs do not handle the food directly. So they do not come into contact with any of those molecules that you are digesting directly. What they do is they release secretions. So enzymes, liquids, chemicals that are going to help digest or break the food down. And those organs, accessory organs, are going to be the salivary glands, your liver, your gallbladder, and your pancreas. In addition to those major organs, each of your organs have specific jobs that they need to perform on the food that you are eating in order to break it down from polymers to monomers so that your cells can use that. Some of these processes of breaking it down require time. For example, when you eat something, it is eventually going to make its way to your stomach where you have a high amount of acid, hydrochloric acid. that acid needs time to work and break down those foods. Now, in order to keep the process that's going on in your stomach separate so the food doesn't just leak from your stomach down into your small intestines, what you have are sphincters. Sphincters are circular muscles that are going to contract, and essentially they're going to be like doors that are going to close so they can keep food in a specific compartment during the digestive process until that section of digestion is finished with the food. That sphincter will then relax and open, allowing the food to pass down through it. So for example, you have your pyloric sphincter. This is one that's going to separate your stomach from your small intestines. So it closes or contracts, and that will keep food inside your stomach. And then when it relaxes and opens, the food will flow from the stomach down into your small intestines. You'll notice that it's labeled duodenum. Duodenum is just the name for the first part of your small intestines. Now, how food actually moves through the digestive system is it uses a series of wave-like contractile muscular movements, and we call that peristalsis. So peristalsis is like, if you guys have ever been at a sporting event and you've seen people doing the wave, so one section stands up, they put their hands up, and then it moves down through the crowd. That is very similar to what happens to the muscles in the digestive system. So you'll have a contraction that starts at one area and then it moves down through. And that movement of that wave-like contraction through your digestive system actually pushes the food downward. This is so that your body isn't relying on gravity to digest food. That's not why things move through, not why they move down through your digestive system. It's not driven by gravity at all. In fact, if we look at astronauts in space, we wouldn't be able to send people into space if our digestive system relied on gravity because they wouldn't be able to digest in space. It is this peristalsis, this wave-like contraction of muscles that drives food down and through our digestive process. So we're going to watch it because this is awesome. So here is wave-like, the peristaltic wave in the gastromantrum. So these are the large intestines right here. So if you take a look, what we're looking at the very beginning right here is this is a contraction. And I want you to watch this contraction move through. So you're going to start out right there. All right, ready? So there is the contraction moving through. And then you're going to see it relax and open up. Very cool. And then right at the top of our screen, so right where the camera starts, you'll start to see that light contraction again. There's the beginning of a peristaltic contraction. And see it moves down. It's pushing things down. Pushing things down. And then it's going to relax. Here we go. And then we get another one. Another wave-like contraction. And see, if we had food in here, so there's no food in here right now, but if there was food, what this contraction would be doing would be pushing food down through the digestive system. I love this video. I think it's so cool. So it shows you peristalsis, those wave-like muscular contractions. This is what goes on in your body. This is how things are moving down through your digestive system. All right, quick review. So number one, what's the function of the gallbladder, liver, salivary glands, and pancreas? Good, hopefully you got it. They are going to release secretions into the GI tract, so they do not handle the food itself. They are not a major organ of your GI tract. They're accessory organs, because they are going to facilitate or help the digestive process by releasing enzymes, chemicals into the GI tract itself to help that digestive process along. All right, put these organs in the correct order. So we have small intestines, mouth, stomach, pharynx, esophagus, and large intestines. All right, hopefully you got it. So digestion starts in the mouth. You're going to chew your food. Salivary amylase is going to affect it. Then it moves to your throat or your pharynx, down through your esophagus into your stomach, from stomach to small intestines to large intestines, and then they're not on here, but then it'll go to your rectum, and then finally anus. All right, we will start here on video 3, so make sure you filled out all parts up through video 2.